O'Sullivan is a 7-time world snooker champion, famous for his lightning-fast shots. But few know the secret behind his precision, his cue. Crafted by master cue maker John Paris, each stick is custom-made for perfection. This is the story of their partnership and the hidden art that helps a legend dominate the table.
John.
Hello, Ronnie.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
You all right, mate?
Yeah, good.
I've come down here today. Obviously, you're the man to do the cues. You do all the cues for the players. I know how important it is for snooker players to get the right cue. Yeah. So today I've come down here. I want you to show me around. Show us how it's done from start.
John Paris is one of the most famous cue makers in the world of snooker. For over 40 years, he has been crafting top-quality cues that professionals trust. Based in southeast London, Paris turned his love for woodworking and precision into a career. His small workshop became a place where snooker history is quietly made. From the start, Paris wanted to create cues that were perfect. Every cue is made with great care. He chooses the best wood and balances every cue with exact precision.
Ones that have got mountains of timber, spend all day selecting through and just come away with a small pile. This is ash. We do maple as well.
So obviously, when you're choosing wood, there's obviously a lot of wood to choose from. How do you know which is going to be something that's going to be what you're going to want?
The tiniest detail matters because a professional player needs complete trust in their equipment. Over the years, Paris has worked with some of the biggest names in snooker. Legends like Steve Davis and Dennis Taylor rely on his cues. Today's stars like Judd Trump and, of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan also choose Paris. But it's not just about famous players. It's about making a cue that feels right in the player's hand, helping them play at their best.
By hand, and we keep turning that.
You can actually see the grain coming through.
Yeah. And as you can see, at that stage.
Paris's philosophy is simple but powerful. He believes a cue should feel like a part of the player. Every shot should feel natural. Every movement should be precise. He calls this the pursuit of the Holy Grail cue, the perfect tool that gives champions confidence and control. Even though he works quietly in his London workshop, his cues have made a huge impact on the game.
So is everything done by hand? Is there at any point
Pretty much.
Machines are kind
Well, we use machines to do some roughing out and to put the joints in. Most of the lathes that you see are mainly for jointing, but a lot of the splicing is all done by.
Every time O'Sullivan steps up to the tape, the cue in his hand tells a story of decades of skill, patience, and dedication. John Paris may not be on TV, but his work is part of every thrilling shot, every break, and every victory. In the world of snooker, he is the silent craftsman behind greatness. The partnership between John Paris and Ronnie O'Sullivan began when Ronnie was just 11 years old.
From finishing the bud off, we then cut the cue off to length, whichever length's been ordered, put a tenon on there, and then we fit the brass ferrule.
Why do people need ferrule? I mean, I remember in the old days, some people just used to stick their tip on the end of a bit of wood.
A bit like splitting logs. I mean, when you think of it.
At that age, O'Sullivan got his first cue from Paris, and the connection was instant. From that moment, a long-term collaboration started, one that has lasted nearly 40 years. O'Sullivan is known for being very particular about his cues. He is fussy, always feeling for the smallest details in weight, balance, and grip. For him, a cue is not just a tool, it is an extension of his hand. This means that even tiny differences can make a shot feel wrong. Fans may remember January 2025, when O'Sullivan famously snapped a cue out of frustration. Moments like that show just how serious he is about finding perfection. For Paris, meeting O'Sullivan's high standards is a challenge he welcomes. He constantly adapts, crafting new cues and adjusting existing ones until they feel exactly right.
Yeah. But it also enhances the colours out of the grain. So we put that on, leave it to set, and then sand it off again. Then we level the top of the ferrule off, which is important to get that nice and flat. A good glue and two perfect circles.
Every cue is tested, refined, and tuned to match Ronnie's unique style. The goal is always the same, to find the perfect cue that gives O'Sullivan complete confidence on the table. But their relationship goes beyond cues and craftsmanship. Paris and O'Sullivan share a personal connection. They are not just player and maker, they are mates. Years of working closely together have built trust, understanding, and friendship. Paris knows how Ronnie thinks, and Ronnie trusts Paris to make cues that help him perform at his best. This rare mix of skill, patience, and personal bond is what makes their story special. Behind every thrilling O'Sullivan break is Paris's quiet work, decades of experience, and a deep understanding of a champion's mind. Together, they show that in snooker, success is about more than talent. It's about partnership, trust, and a relentless pursuit of perfection. Making a professional snooker cue is a slow and precise art. At John Paris's workshop, each cue can take up to 9 months from start to finish. It all begins at timber yards, where Paris carefully selects the best ash and maple. The quality of the wood is crucial because it affects every shot a player takes. Once the wood is chosen, the cue goes through many steps. It is cut, allowed to settle, and then rounded. Sections are spliced together and carefully planed. Brass tips and leather pads are fitted with precision. Sanding, oiling, and waxing follow, each step ensuring the cue is smooth, balanced, and ready for play. Every cue is treated like a small masterpiece.
We trim that down. Okay, so once that's
been chopped down now, so we're kind of
trimmed in,
flush.
we get it to that, and then with a file, we just start to give that a rough dome.
Customization is a big part of Paris's craft. Players can choose ash or maple, joint positions, splices made of ebony, Macassar ebony, or rosewood, and even decorative veneers. Each choice changes how the cue feels, looks, and performs. Prices reflect the care and skill involved, ranging from £540 for a standard Paris collection cue to over £2,000 for the ultimate model with full customizations. Crafting for a player like Ronnie O'Sullivan comes with extra challenges. He is extremely sensitive to the feel and balance of a cue. Paris must ensure that every cue meets O'Sullivan's exact preferences while still looking beautiful.
You end up with something like this.
It's nice, perfect dome there, yeah.
And then we finish it off with a tip shaper, a piece of sort of sandpaper in a tip shaper.
It's a careful balancing act, combining aesthetics with performance. The result is more than just a tool. Each cue is a perfect mix of science, skill, and art. It reflects decades of experience and a deep understanding of the player's needs. For champions like O'Sullivan, Paris's cues are not just sticks. They are extensions of the player's hand, giving confidence, control, and a touch of artistry to every break. John Paris's cues have played a huge role in shaping Ronnie O'Sullivan's career. One of the most famous is the JP traditional style cue, which O'Sullivan used from 1997 to 2006.
Yeah, you get a buzz, you know, that's what it's all about really, you know, it's, at the end of the day, you know.
With it, he won 2 world championships, showing the world his extraordinary talent. Later, O'Sullivan switched to the Paris Ultimate model, a cue built to exact specifications. It measures 58.125 inches in length, weighs 18.25 ounces, and has a tip size of 9.4 to 9.6 millimeters. This cue allows O'Sullivan to play shots with incredible speed, power, and precision. It became a key part of his break building and overall game, helping him dominate tables around the world. Even small changes in a cue can affect performance, and O'Sullivan is very sensitive to them. After the January 2025 incident, when he snapped one of his cues in frustration, he had to rely on temporary cues. He struggled to find the same feel and control, highlighting just how important Paris's craftsmanship is to his success. Paris's cues are more than tools. They are extensions of O'Sullivan's skill. They allow him to execute a wide range of shots, from delicate finesse to powerful long shots.
Around the edge, nice dome, and,
Perfect.
ready to
Nice
go.
tip, nice tip like that.
World Championship, cue that?
Yeah, could be. I like that.
Every cue is carefully made to match his playing style, contributing to decades of top-level performance. Recently, O'Sullivan experimented with a Ton Praram cue and a cue modified by Sunny Akani at the 2025 Shanghai Masters. Despite these experiments, the search for a new long-term cue continues. This ongoing quest shows how vital the right cue is to O'Sullivan's game. From early championships to today's top tournaments, Paris's cues have been behind some of the most remarkable moments in snooker. They are silent partners in every victory, every record, and every breathtaking break. Without them, O'Sullivan's legendary precision and power might never have reached its full potential. John Paris's influence reaches far beyond Ronnie O'Sullivan. Over his long career, he has crafted cues for multiple world champions and top professional players.
If I don't know now, I never will, but it's each one is an individual feel, so you can get everything right size-wise, but just that hit,
will be different. He's not settled yet on a cue, you know, he's quite fussy.
Legends like Steve Davis, Dennis Taylor and Judd Trump have all relied on Paris's craftsmanship. His cues are trusted tools that help players perform at the highest level. The demand for Paris's cues is extraordinary. Bespoke orders can take years, with an 8-year waiting list at times. This shows just how valued his work is. Each cue is a symbol of quality, precision and dedication, making Paris a central figure in the snooker world. Paris has also contributed to the sport's popularity. Players like O'Sullivan use his cues to create dazzling performances, thrilling fans with fast breaks and incredible shots. The cues themselves become part of the show, enhancing O'Sullivan's flair and making every tournament more exciting for audiences worldwide. For Paris, the motivation goes beyond money or fame. He talks about the buzz of seeing his cues in action, of watching them help players win tournaments. That feeling has kept him passionate for over 40 years. Even in his 70s, he continues to work in his London workshop, crafting cues with the same care and attention to detail as ever. His legacy is more than a list of champions or custom cues. It is a lasting impact on the sport itself.
I won't be in the Louvre or anything like that with a cue, but yeah, there's a lot goes into it and a lot of pride goes into each one.
So let's say player you've worked for months on something really bespoke for them, and then in a few weeks' time...
Through his work, Paris has raised the standard of equipment in snooker, helped shape the careers of top players, and brought fans closer to the game. In every smooth stroke and perfect pot, the craftsmanship of John Paris quietly leaves its mark. A reminder that behind every great player is a great cue, and behind every great cue is a master. From every record-breaking shot to every thrilling victory, John Paris...